welcome to another episode of Your Secret Safe with Me with your bestie Tanisha
in India.
Okay,
so
welcome on back.
Welcome to another episode. So
get into the jar to
like
start off.
We need to call the jar something.
Yeah, I need a little label on it or something, right?
Yeah, jar of some things.
Yeah, we'll have to think.
I'll think about it. You'll pick this
okay.
time.
Let's see. Oh shoot! Oh dang! I think this is yours.
This is a big one.
Yeah. Okay. Oh my gosh!
Man.
Okay. If you could create a new holiday, what would it be and how would you celebrate?
You go first.
Well, India, I thought you would have some because you the one that came up with this question.
I did, but I didn't think of it yet.
Well, darn you, because I was hoping you had something. I was really trying to think, though, because I feel like all the holidays that we have, like, as far as how we celebrate them, is how I feel like I would celebrate anything that even I would come up with. You know,
What would you call it?
Excuse me. I don't even know. I don't know. Bless you. I don't know what I would call a new holiday that I came up with, but I do know we'd celebrate with a bunch of food. It's always got to be food at any celebration function. Got to be food. Got to be good music.
What type of food?
Everything. I want a holiday where there's every type of food. Like I'm talking about, like, you know, when you go into the buffets and they got the Asian section.
Like
they got
Golden Corral.
Like
Golden Corral is nasty though.
Oh,
but I'm saying that has all the foods.
Yes, like yes, it would definitely have to have all the foods. Soul food got to be at the top. No, just kidding. But I don't know. I really can't think of a holiday. We celebrate with food and music, but I feel like we already do that, right?
We do, but that's okay. That's what you have to offer the table. I would say, just off the top of my head, I would call the holiday. Well, what would the holiday would we do? What would we do? We would be celebrating. Let's see, who do we not celebrate? I'm trying to think if there's anyone who we don't celebrate that needs recognition.
Right. See, that's the hard part because you got Mother's Day, you got Father's Day, you have we got Juneteenth now.
Okay. Well, this holiday would be Vacation Day.
Okay, so everybody going on vacation.
So everybody go on vacation.
Who funding it?
The government.
Okay, I like that.
Everybody get a choice of where they want to go. If you want to go out the country, if you want to stay in the States, you know.
And we get it a lot.
And it's only America.
Only America
can do it because everybody can't travel at the same time. Whole world can't travel at the same time.
Right. There would have to be. That's a good one, girl. I like that. There would have to be like increments of time. So like, India and your family, y'all can go between January and March, and then other people can go from like March to.
And so basically, it's a day. The holidays on one day, but you got a schedule on that day. If you miss your schedule, you ain't going on the vacation.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
And what else is it? What's it called?
Yeah, what's it called?
You're going to call it vacation day. Yeah, you can leave it. And that's how you celebrate. Go on your vacation with your family.
I know that's right. I love that. Where would you go with your family?
So me and Darcy, where would we go? I would say Paris, because that's a big one that we've been wanting to do. If I was to go with my family to invite them to, because they don't really like to fly like that. So it'd probably be somewhere in the States.
Gotcha.
Somewhere we probably ain't been before. Maybe Washington,
D.C.
D.C.
Yeah. I want to go to Washington.
Oh, actually, we've been to Washington, D.C. Sorry, Washington State.
I want to go to Washington, D.C. I've never been to Washington, D.C.
That was one of my favorites growing up. We saw the Abraham Lincoln thing. It's huge. It's so big.
Yeah, I do remember you going, actually. Yeah, I remember those pictures.
We went to the Capitol. It was fun. I would go again as an adult. But yeah, where would you go?
I like that. For my own little family, well, no, okay. For me and Lincoln, not having Layla, like just an adult parent trip, we would go to, I want to go to Greece. I know we talked about that before. I would go to Greece. If we're talking about bringing Layla, I would probably go to I'll go to a beach somewhere for Layla. I would probably go to Nickelodeon has in the Dominican Republic, Dominican Republic. They have a Nickelodeon thing. So
I saw that. That'd be good.
And then if it was like for the whole family, including like my mom, sister, brother, their families, I'd say we do a cruise somewhere.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
No one gets seasick in your family. That's good. Okay.
No.
Oh yeah, that's perfect.
All good.
That's perfect.
Yeah. That was good. You had the best one
because
I didn't have nothing. I ain't had nothing.
I mean, the food is good too, but hey, when you're on vacation, whatever food you eat is what you get.
I love that. All right. Well, on to our topic of the day. Okay. So our topic today is about watering your own grass. What that looks like. And yeah, just kind of diving deeper into focusing on your own journey, your own life.
So what is being content look like to you? Being content in your own space, on your side of the grass.
Not yours, on mine.
Yes.
Yeah. Being content is just, I was about to say being content is literally being content, but that's not defining the word. Being content is really just being happy with where you are. You know, being it makes me want to use the word content, but I can't do that. It's really just being happy with where you're at and not trying to, because I think it's easy to, again, think so far in the future that you're not content with where you are. You're not enjoying the moment, right? You're not enjoying the moment. So I think being content is really just being happy with where you are at that moment, where God has you at that moment. So yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I looked up Google. It's basically being happy. And I think for me is finding happiness in the situation, even if it's not exactly what you are wanting. Yeah. Still be able to see where, God is being good to you.
Right. That's good.
Basically, good. It doesn't mean, because I feel like a lot of people think that means like, oh, I'm happy, I'm good, I'm going to stay right here and live forever.
Yeah, no. You gotta grow.
You do have to,
you gotta do something. There's gotta be some motion there.
Have some motion and, grow and growth. But in the midst of the journey, you can find some happiness in it.
Right.
So that's what it means to me.
Right. And then, happiness is really subjective too, because what is happiness? It's like you can really, that's like layers, you can get really deep, which it all goes back to watering your own grass though, and being content, being happy. But what does happiness look like? In this world, society, really happiness is money. For a lot of different things, like, because people associate money with having everything, but like,
that's not always.
No,
happiness.
It really isn't. Like, I mean, you can look at people that are so famous, have all the money in the world, and they're really going through it, and they're looking at people that probably don't have nearly as much as what they have, and they're living like a great life. They're content. They're happy with where they're at, and then on the other side, that same family that looks like they're happy with where they're at is thinking, wow, I wish I had that, so
you have to find content in both situations, whether you have nothing or have everything.
Exactly. Yeah. So what gets in the way of us focusing on our own grass, though?
What gets in our way? I feel like, honestly, society, social media, TV, looking at other people and wanting what they have. I feel like if we truly, obviously, the saying is keeping up with the Joneses. So there was always a time where even when we didn't have social media, that people were looking at someone else and like, oh, I want that, the latest thing. But I feel like it's just way more heightened when we have so much access. to it. Because I feel like if we had less of it, I feel like we really would be in our own bubbles, in your own world. But like I said, it was still a same way back then. It might have just been a little bit different, a little less of a thing, a topic for people to feel like the need to want what someone else has. But I think for sure, media.
That's really it.
The biggest one that makes you just like, commercials.
I'll just say actually.
Because a commercial is good to get me toe up. Because I see something about pizza. Ooh, that pizza look good. Didn't even want a pizza.
Right. Didn't even want it.
Now I'm like, Lord, I need a pizza.
Exactly. You just start. It'd be things that you didn't even know you wanted until you see it, and it's like, now I want that. And that is what's tricky with with society and social media is we have the access is right there. You don't even have to go looking for it because it's gonna come to you. And so that's when you really do have to.
And the commercials be everywhere.
Everywhere.
You can't even be on social media without a commercial.
Right.
On TikTok, at the end of a TikTok, they're showing commercials now.
And the ads, like it don't matter. You're not even first of all, the phones listen to us at this point.
Oh, gosh.
So you can be talking about like, oh, I swear I be just thinking stuff and it pops up. Like, oh, I would really like such and such. And then you start seeing it and then you start deep diving. And it's like, oh, well, all crazy stuff. And so it's so easy to just get wrapped up in this world. And, it's the social media truly does not help. It really doesn't. I mean, and then as far as technology has come, it's just going to go, it's going to go farther.
Advance,
It's going to just continue to advance. And so, I'll kind of just stop there. We can get to the next question, really. What are the effects of not watering your own grass?
I think mental health. I feel like a lot of people's mental health has deteriorated from it. What else can happen?
I think. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I mean, going with the mental health, like, people will get depressed real fast.
Yeah.
And you see that a
anxiety.
lot. And anxiety heightens, depression heightens. You start. I think another effect of it is you start because you are looking elsewhere for the next best thing that you want and you're not focusing on what your own lane, you start to bicker and fight about the things that are not happening for yourself. And so you're like with your husband, it's like, why isn't this happening? Because you've already looked at something else like, oh, I want that, but we're not here yet. So why are we not? Well, and it's just easy. I feel like it's just easier to just ruin your whole mood if you let it. It can ruin relationships because of what you're looking at versus what you should be focusing on.
Exactly. I agree 100%. Dang, something you said that I was like going to piggyback on. But yes, you're correct. Wait, what was the question again?
It just, what are the effects of not watering your own grass?
Yeah, I think you said it on the nose with like comparing. Dang, it was something. Oh man,
what I said.
I can't think, but I'll just speak just off from me. Like I know there's things that I want now that I'm just like, Lord, why I don't have it now? But I don't feel myself saying, oh, someone has this. Why don't I have it? So I'm glad I don't feel that part of it, but still seeing it, like people have houses.
Yeah.
It's just that reminder of, oh, I don't have a house right now.
Exactly.
So it's just like I still feel that. Even though I'm not
from
like,
an envious intent.
Yeah, from an envious intent. But I see like,
what you're saying.
People got a car, people got a house, people got this. And I'm like, I don't have those things. And I really would like to have those things right now.
Yeah, no, exactly. I feel that.
So I just that's where I struggle. That's where I'm trying to not have moments. Because I even had a moment where I was mad at God. I was like, Lord, you're not coming through for me. Why I ain't got this yet?
And that's another thing that I was going to say. I didn't want to cut you off because I wanted to let you finish. But faith. You start to lose your faith.
Oh, yeah.
You start to your face start to get a little shaky.
Yep, the face
Like,
got a
hold
little
up.
shaky.
But I thought I was doing something, God. Why I'm not seeing you watering the come on.
Exactly.
You know, and I think that's another
You
effect.
hit it on the nose.
It's like you start to lose faith subconsciously. Subconsciously. It's like you said, when is my time?
Mm-hmm.
When are you gonna come through for me? Type of thing. And I feel that because I feel the same way. It's like right now about the whole housing thing. Like, yeah, I want to be in a house too. I want to be in my own home. I want to own it. And it's just crazy out here because the interest rate. It's just so many things that start to, like anybody that's getting a house. I'm like, ooh, how are y'all doing it for one?
So happy, for
but I'd be so happy.
Yeah, it'd be like, how
It's
though?
like, how, girl? How?
What's the secret?
What y'all do? Like,
What job you got? That's the first thing I think. What job you got? Because do I need to get that job?
like, how, girl? But I am so happy for you. Like, it's never like, oh my God, why do you have a house?
You don't deserve a house. I need a house. No,
right.
Yeah.
But it does kind of, it's like, dang. But with that, I like even talking to my sister, I be looking on like Zillow and Redfin and stuff like that. And I'm like, girl, the house that I wanted just got picked up. Somebody bought it.
Oh, Lord.
You know, somebody that bought the house that I wanted. And she's like, "Oh, girl, it's okay. When your time comes,
exactly.
you will."
And I have to be for you.
Exactly, and that's what I have to continually remind myself. Like I have to actively, and that's just one example. But in all of the examples where I have to readjust my focus on what do I need to be doing to water my own grass, correct. I think about that. I'm like, God, you have been good to me. You have never failed me. You really have not left my side. And that's when I do have to think about all of the good that he has done. You have to.
Because you're
going to go start spiraling.
For real.
And start to lose that faith. And so I always have to recenter and tell myself, like, when the time is right, God, it'll be for me. Mm-hmm. You know, I might not have this house that I want today, so I can decorate it tomorrow. But when the time is right, God, you will bless me, and you will bless me 10 times over, as long as I'm faithful to you, you know, and that's what it all goes back to.
No, yeah, exactly. Because I was embarrassed to tell Darcy. I was like, Darcy, I think I'm mad at God. Like, I'm having a moment. I had a bad week. I was embarrassed to even say it because that's just not of my, character. But obviously, you go through seasons with your relationship with God. But I was just like, I'm embarrassed to say this, but my faith is just really wavering right now. And that's why I was like, you hit it on the nose saying, like, being mad messes up with your faith, because then your faith is like, oh, it's not going to happen. Oh, you start just talking crazy. So my prayer has been lately to, like, Lord, you always got to go back to him. Like, I still listen to my gospel music because I still want to stay connected, because I don't want to know what it feels like just to be so out of touch with God. I never want to know what that feels like.
Right. And the further you go, the devil right there.
The devil ready to get your butt.
Snatch you
to
up.
Get you. So I just be like, real. Lord, I have to be like, Lord, help me, keep the negative thoughts. That's what I've been praying lately. Keep the negative thoughts out of my mind. Hold captive of your thoughts that you think of Christ. That's a scripture. Don't quote me. But take captive of your thoughts and make sure that they're Christ-like. So I've been really trying hard, like when I have a negative thought, to nip it in the bud, because the devil was really trying to make me just go deeper and deeper into it. And I was just like, I can't. I got to slap myself out of it, and then tell my husband, too, to help me. So he... Because you don't want to be that type of person, because then you're not yourself. Like, you're irritable, you just upset, and it's just not a good vibe to be around. So I think, what was that question? The effects of it?
We're kind of going into our next question, which is like, how can you learn ways, or what can you do to start focusing, and I guess always having to refocus or recenter if necessary, to keep going and focusing on your own grass, so watering your own grass.
Definitely pray to God to keep your thoughts and your mind focused on him and his timing, and being patient. But definitely, like we said, think of things that to be grateful for. Like I have a roof over my head. God has been providing, photo shoots and business for us, weddings. Shoot, our family is still here. We get to visit Darchie's family and travel and visit his family. We get to see my family. Like it's just so many things to be happy for. I thank God that sometimes I be mad about like why I gotta have endometriosis, like dealing with that. So I have to thank God, like at least I still am here. I haven't had any more surgeries. He got me through those surgeries at the time, so I just have to remind myself of those things. That this is just my journey, my testimony, and hopefully, when I share it, people see how God's hand is over my life, and that's all people supposed to be doing here is telling the good news of God. And you got to go through things in order to tell the good things that God has done in your life.
That's
so
true. Exactly.
I've been trying to think like that more to keep me focused. And then like still, if you have goals, still go for them.
Exactly.
You don't have to feel stuck, still go after it. So I'm still trying to do podcasts with my best friend, do work with my husband with our business, and I'm still trying to do the things that I desire, still trying to save up money so I can get that house and the car and the stuff that I do desire. So, still pushing forward, but being happy and seeing where God has made a way.
Amen, Sister Anderson. Amen. Yes, that part. But also, that part and going with what you also were just kind of speaking on, like faith without works is dead. And so you hit the nail on the head when you were talking about like still going, like you can't stay stuck. Like that's just gonna send you into that depression and that dark hole of like, oh wow, why don't I have this? And well, now I'm mad, so I'm not gonna do anything. And it's like, well, that doesn't solve anything. Like, seeing things that you do desire, that should really propel and push us to want to do more, to achieve those things for ourselves, if that's what we want. Because again, I feel like sometimes it's easy to think you want something just because it's there, but like it's not really what you want, And that's the thing about watering your own grass. It's like when you get that other grass, you're like, dang, it ain't as green as I thought.
Get that house. Dang, I gotta get my own laundry. Fix my own laundry when it's broke.
Like there's always pros and cons to everything. And I think when you talk to people that are in the space or the living the life that you want, they are gonna tell you like, oh well, yeah, it's nice, but think about these things too, because this is what I'm having to deal with. A new responsibility that you don't have to deal with, And so it's a perspective thing too, you know what I mean? And so that's why it is so important to water your own grass. And I actually have a story, but it ain't my actual story, so I don't know if I should share it. But I'll just kind of give the gist of this. Is this person basically decided they wanted some other grass. I'm talking to this person. And I had to be just straight up and basically say that, like, you never watered your own grass. Now look at you. Now you chased the grass that you wanted. You went and did, you chased the grass that you wanted, and now look at you, miserable.
Grass is green. I mean yellow.
The grass is dead. The grass is dead over there, and the grass that you stepped out of is now flourishing. You know what I'm saying? But it's because you didn't nurture it that it didn't flourish. You know what I'm saying? You didn't nurture it, so it didn't flourish. So again, we have to work behind our grass. We have to water our own grass literally to see the fruition, to see it grow. And so if you're stagnant, if you stay where you're at and you don't choose to move forward because of the fact that you're just looking around at everybody else like, well, I don't have, like, you have to do something about it.
And that would exhaust you. That would exhaust you mentally. That's how people get mentally drained so quickly and see everyone else doing something. And then when it's time for them to do it, it's just like, oh, I'm tired. And you procrastinate. You never do it. Yeah. You never got to it because you can mentally drain yourself, putting all your energy in negative thoughts or in your anxiety and your depression and looking at someone else and then you never got a chance to do what you were supposed to do.
Or that, or they're chasing so much that they never achieve anything. And that's draining too.
That's draining too.
Because it's like, I want this, I want this, I want this. And it's not about like, oh, well, you know, we're in a world where they're saying, if you want it, go for it. You can have it all type of thing. And in a sense, if you are working for it, yeah, you can. However, when you're trying to chase so many different things just to say you've accomplished so many things,
yes,
that becomes draining too, because it's like, now you're like, oh my gosh, it's too much.
Yep.
This isn't what I thought.
Burnout.
You're burnt out. Exactly. So
I felt that before.
Stand on what you want and focus on what you have. Be grateful what you do have, and like you said, be appreciative of. I thank God for my
appreciate the
health.
journey. Yeah.
Appreciate the journey. Appreciate the people that are in your life, because there's some people that don't even have a family to call. You know, I am grateful for my village. I am grateful. I'm always talking about, you know, like, thank God for my sister and for my mom. Like, we all help each other out. Like, hey, can you watch Layla while I do this? Hey, my sister's pregnant. Can y'all take the kids so I can just rest? Like, thank God I have that. Because if I didn't have anything, at least I know I got my family, you know, and that's big. And that's something some people wish they had and don't have, and they envy that, you know. But also, in addition to knowing that society just kind of captivates you, and everything is like, oh, wow, gotta have that. Turning it off. Turn off that social media. I'm on a social media hiatus right now. And not even so much because of the fact that I want this, I want that, but because it just takes away my focus from doing things that I want to do to water my own grass. It's so easy to scroll. It's so easy to scroll. I don't want to be scrolling when I could be doing something else, you know? And so sometimes it's best to remove yourself from a situation that it's a choice. Like, you don't have to have social media, but because everybody has social media, you don't want to miss. You have FOMO. You don't want to miss what's going on. And even I sometimes be asking my sister, "Girl, what is happening on Instagram? What is happening? What is going on? What's the tea?" And she's like, "Girl, you are off of social media for a reason. You do not need this tea."
You
and
know
it's
what
like,
I did?
Right.
I didn't do a social media break, but I unfollowed the Shade Room.
That's big, girl.
Girl, I said, you know what? I don't really need to be knowing all this information. It's too much. I don't need to know every little baby mama drama, every person who died, every custody battle. I don't need to know.
So you're removed from the Shade Room.
I unfollowed the Shade Room.
Wow.
I even told Darcy, he was like, "Oh my God, I'm proud of you."
That's a big thing. It really, that's how crazy social media is. The fact that the Shade Room got that much heat.
Oh man, I used to be a Shade Room. What's on the Shade Room?
Girl,
who died? Crazy. It ain't true if the Shade Room said it. Who died?
That is, oh my God, look at you. You follow like the neighborhood talk or whatever. You don't. Okay. And that will shift your mind too. It really will. That's good that you did that in it. So it just makes me think about like just removing those things that do create negative things in your mind. Yeah. And not focusing on the things you should be focusing on. Like if you want to get back into working out, follow folks that be working out. You know, remove the gossip, remove the drama, remove the people that you think you might become envious of and stuff. Just craziness, you know. And so you have to know what environments are going to help you grow versus looking at things that are going to just create confusion and anger and all of those things that are going to keep you stagnant and not actually doing anything.
Exactly.
That was good.
Yeah, girl. Big step.
Big step. That's a big step. I love that. I love that. That is so funny. I got to tell my sister she did unfollow too. No, look. Girl, you need to unfollow the Shade Room.
For real. I just didn't realize how much like they show up on
your feed.
My feed. Girl. And then just like, I don't need to know all this. I don't.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That is so funny. Have you noticed a difference?
I did actually, because then I said, wait, I did unfollow the Shade Room. So I went on the page and I saw all the stuff that I didn't miss. I said, wow, this is good. Like, I missed all of this. Like, I didn't know this stuff. And now I'm like, okay, let me get off.
Yeah, it really is like that Pandora's. When
But
they
I
talk
did
about
check,
Pandora's box, and it's like you can't. Once you know something, you can't kind of like take it back type of thing. So it's kind of like in the same breath. What I'm trying to get at is like, we consume so much. A lot of that stuff we don't need. Yes. Like I think about, I was purging my closet today, and you be thinking like, oh, I need this though.
What if I need this one day?
What if I need this? But like I ain't worn it in 2 years. Party? Right. I only wore this one outfit for one dinner. I'm probably not gonna like. I've been to so many dinners since then. Why have I never worn it? Girl, get rid of it. Like some things need to grow so you can grow. Did I say that?
Something needs to go so you can grow.
Type of thing. And there's a lot of things that you don't even realize you really don't need. You're just holding on to because you think that it's gonna benefit you.
Yeah.
So like even with me being off of social media, it's like I'm really not missing anything. I'm doing other things.
Oh, the only thing you're missing is tell them.
What I'm missing?
Your giveaway winner. That's the only thing that you miss.
My goodness. Yes, y'all. Oh my God, why you bringing it up? Because it hurts so bad. Let the people know. Okay. So I've been off of social media for what? Probably about a month and a half. Almost 2 months. I don't know. Anyway, I had gotten back on because I've been really the reason I got back on is because I was trying to find this recipe, but I had saved it on Instagram, and I was trying to just search the internet to see if I could find it. And I couldn't find it. So I was like, dang, I got to re-download. I got blah, blah, blah. So I did. Well, then I get back on. I see all these messages I've missed. So at first it didn't even hit me. I was like, why is Propel Water hitting me up? Like, why are they? Girl. So I am big on, I haven't done it in a while either because now that I'm working. Anyway, I usually like to enter into giveaways, to sweepstakes, stuff like that. And I have won a few things, whatever. But I forgot because it was such a long period of time that they was giving folks to enter in. That really made me mad. But anyway, it was this giveaway where you win money, and I had entered it months ago, but it finally ended. Well, I won the giveaway for $500, but I didn't claim it because I wasn't on social media because it was a social media sweepstakes. So when I got back on social media for that day, I went and looked at the messages. I looked at that specific message, and they were like, hey, you're the potential winner, but you have to I had to do extra steps. Claim so I had to claim my prize. Yeah. But it said you got to claim it by 9/16. Girl, it was like 10
October. It
was like 10/19 when I was like, oh my gosh, I just missed out on $500.
Yeah. But God has something better.
God has something better. Where the 500 is? No, where the 1,000? No, I'm just kidding. But yes, no, that did hurt. But on to the next. It's fine. It was. I didn't lose anything.
Yeah, I'm saying she'll be fine.
I'll be fine. But yeah, you're right. I did miss that opportunity. Anyway,
but you could have just made a reminder just for the future. Like if you do that again, just so you don't miss out. Just put a reminder.
As crazy as I did, but I did the reminder on social media. I know.
You do that?
I get because I have a folder specific to all my sweepstakes.
See, she's the extreme couponer over here.
I am. She be talking about me.
Not the photo on the social media.
I have a folder of all the sweepstakes I enter into, and then when something passes, then I take it out of the folder so I know what's still left. So that was my way of keeping track. Gotcha. But I wasn't. I should have just kept a
like note on your phone.
And I was doing that, but I was entering into so many that I was tired of tracking down. Anyway, that's another story. I think we had a great talk today. Is there anything you would like to add, Sister Anderson?
Did we get all the questions?
Yes, we did.
Okay, yeah. No, I think that's we did. We got all of them. I think that's just we hit the nail on the head. We hit the nail on the head with that one. Enjoy the journey.
Enjoy the journey. That is what it's about. Enjoy the journey. God has you where you are for a reason, but also help yourself too, and learn to love where you're at, be content where you're at, but still learn to grow and propel and progress forward for the things that you do desire, because God wants to give us the desires of our heart. He really does, and I truly do believe that.
Yeah.
But we don't see those things until it's in His timing, for one,
Mm-hmm.
and until we meet some criteria too.
Oh yeah.
Because
Some
there's a lot
development
of
we have to do
exactly before
in
we
order
can
to
get
handle what we want.
exactly. So yeah, I think that was the gist of all of what we wanted to say.
Yeah.
So we appreciate you guys tuning in. Catch up on all of our socials with all of our previous episodes, and check us out on the next one.
It'll be in the bio. Bye.
Bye.